Testing, testing. One, two, three. Hey, this your boy E.I. Lee in the Toledo. Toledo. Hey, this is your man. This your guy, E.I. Lee in the Toledo. We from the Toledo. Ohio. Testing, one, two, three. Yo, this is your boy E.I. Lee in the Toledo. Another episode. Welcome. Yeah, welcome, man. This your boy E.I. Lee. Another episode of the Toledo. You know, here in Toledo, Ohio, 45 minutes out of Detroit, Michigan. You know, considered the pothole capital USA. You know what I mean? Holy Toledo. Nevertheless, man, this is the somewhat second edition. Brother trying to make an effort to making this thing pop off. You know, having just a different voice for the city. You know, for the most part, the only other voice that we have now, you know, for the most part, not even that, because most people don't even pick up the Journal or the Truth anymore. But that was somewhat the urban Afro or melanated people, I would say. You know, I try not to use the term black, you know, once you educate yourself to a certain extent, because, you know, as we know, black isn't a nationality. You know what I'm saying? So we dealing with that. But nevertheless, you know, it's a couple issues, you know, that we gonna touch on this episode of the Toledo E.I. Lee. I'm your boy, your host of this episode of the Toledo here in Toledo, Ohio, where, you know, we're a guy, man, you know, self-made, so to speak, self-funded and promoted for the most part. You know, I'm here I'm here because of the people before me, you know, my kin folks, you know, like my pops, my grandmother, you know, Ina and CB, you know, Carrie, Erica, Leneva, it's a couple other. You know what I'm saying? I'm motivated because for them, for the most part, they not here. So to still be alive in the flesh, you know, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know, we got an episode, a fresh, well, new episode that a segment within the episode. It's called Holy Toledo. You know, it's like one of those things like, you know, I guess the Breakfast Club got the what is it, the Jackass or something like that, Donkey of the Day. D.L. Hughley got what he got? He got something called Shoe Booty or something like that, Shoe Booty Award. Ours is Holy Toledo, where some shit just jumped off where it was like, wow! You know what I'm saying? So we'll be touching on that incident that happened over there on Lasky with a brother and a sister. I think they had an issue with some cheese or something like that on the sandwich. But you know, that'll be later on in the show or whatever. But I guess one of the issues that's pressing that's on my heart. I had wrote something up, man. I got some things. I kind of threw that out. Well, I threw that out over there. Um, but nevertheless, I had something put together. Some things that took place during the week that had raised concerns. I think it was one of the incident was the Durant, I guess, um, young brother for the Grizzlies. Another incident with the Pistols. I was going to touch on that, but just briefly with that, man. That's crazy that brother, with that. But nevertheless, I just see just from me being in the streets and being certified or whatever, you know what I mean. I see a guy that's a scared man who brands his pistol, whoever always showing it, that's a he trying to intimidate you with those tactics, you know. But when you get to the joint, man, like I say, you got to check all that in. The cigarette lighter, them few dollars you got in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? The blunt wrapper, all that. That pistol, the knife, all that get checked in. You know what I'm saying? But I guess one of the issues locally that had raised my concern, and it has to do with youth employment this summer. With the looming debt crisis that we was facing, with a ceiling, it's never really a crisis when you can just print up money, right? Like cut it out. So, but nevertheless, the balance the budget. The Senate decide to cut. Well, not even in this term, but I guess within the last few sessions, they end up cutting $1.3 billion worth of funding for for summer jobs for young people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Senate. So the government cut that. So that as you know, that twinkle down or that slide down, get down. That translate how that translate to us is that we gonna have a shortfall in the way we do business. You know, but nevertheless, last year, Toledo had over 700 young people who worked last year. And them people was thinking that they was gonna have that funding this year. Because that was a boost not only to the economy for some young folks to be working. You know what I mean? But that was a boost to the household. In some cases, if your kid worked good and got that money and was there every day, that helped out with the average family around here. Especially if if that child was responsible and say, well, look, mom, being that I worked this year, you know what I mean, I'm gonna take care of my own clothes this year. You don't have to get me the J's and none of that. I'm working to accomplish that myself. That's what that money or with that funding, helped out locally, just as I could see. You know what I'm saying? Because that it's a couple young guys that was expected to work, that wasn't able to work this year. But Toledo got cut all the way, and I just found out just within the week, because being that this is a weekly recap of the news, and that's what Toledo is. It's a weekly recap of the news that happened locally, regionally, nationally, and then throughout the world. Just small little tidbits that I might find interesting, funny, or how it might relate to us here. You know what I mean? How it might affect our pockets. Excuse me. Because that's what most of us concerned about. How do it affect my paycheck, So, being that Toledo got from having 700 jobs, I guess the program over there at the Hamilton building, one of those agencies within there, handled handles the summer programming. I'm not for sure which one it is. I didn't write it down, but I have to. I just wrote. I got off. Sorry, I got totally off. This issue was strikingly more important for us locally. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, for for us as a community to have 700 young folks put to work through a program like Nubia. See, because remember back in when I grew up, it was a program called Nubia, and the state and I guess the government would fund PIC, and Nubia would have that would be rewarded that that grant money to facilitate the jobs and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And they used to be, I think, over there at Gunkel, somewhere over there, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere off City Park. I remember. I think by City Park itself, they used to have a building, but it used to be the black trucks or black. I think they symbols was black and white or something, and red maybe. But nevertheless, you'll see these black trucks rolling around, employing employing brothers or whatever. But that's here to say. But nevertheless, man, for us to get reduced down to 700, from 700 to 60 jobs, that's major. You know what I'm saying? But that's the politics of it. You know what I'm saying? I seen that they found money after some of that COVID money. If y'all noticed that how they spending it in the city easily could have turned some of that money that way, to help out. You know what I mean, for youth funding, to get youth to work. But nevertheless, man, it's some shady politics, that's going on right now in our city. If y'all just been paying attention, think it was last year or early this year. Think it was announced. I was so busy trying to prepare. Well, not busy. I got totally throwed off because some things came up. Just work all that, and you see how I didn't darken up. I'm red. You can see that Alabama red dirt coming through my skin. I'm a red man. You understand? I'm native of this land right here. So, nevertheless, man, the Coalition for Peaceful Toledo Neighborhoods was organized by four former mayors of the city of Toledo to fight violent crime. You know what I mean? This four mayors, but like seven mayors then or a couple other mayors then jump on board. But the ones that stood out to me of the former mayors was the last mayors that we had before we had Wade, the mayor we presently have, But nevertheless, you had Cardi Finkbinder. He's always in on some shit. He trying to, because he just tried to challenge Wade on the last one. I think Wade is a Democrat initially, but I think somewhat when he first ran against Miss Paula years ago, I think he stepped outside the norm of how things work or the Toledo way, because Miss Hicks was mayor, and had won that. But then when her term had ended, she had won her term because the one mayor, got that brother name, man, the ex-cop, ended up passing away. But nevertheless, and she ended up taking over and ended up finishing out his terms or whatever. But then Wade sidestepped the Democratic formality and went independent, and got that money or got that help out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at his flyers and I found it unique that it was some organization out of Chicago pushing the outfit. You know what I'm saying? But they get money from all over the place, man. So, nevertheless, I found it funny. The usual suspect Fink Binder, came up with this coalition, I guess, for peaceful Toledo neighborhoods. And then also you got Mr. Mike Bell in on that. He jumped in on it too. Of course, Miss Hicks, Miss Paula Hicks Hudson, she got in on it too. Because, she salty at Wade. You know what I'm saying? And then Miss Donna Owens. I didn't even know she was still with us. But, they nevertheless, they went and pulled her from her suburban some one of them neighborhoods, man, Perrysburg or somewhere. She probably deep out there, probably Swanton somewhere, 30, 40 acre unit or something, acre joint. But nevertheless, she in on it. You know what I'm saying? With this coalition for peaceful neighborhoods. And you say, why you talking about them, E.I.Lee? Like, man, because y'all ain't paying attention. Because how in the fuck is they starting a coalition? Some ex-mayors then got some other, and you got a mayor in office that's making moves now. My man Wade. I don't want to chop his name up. I be killing his name. Wade Kapanoski or something. I be killing it, man. But your boy, you know who I'm talking about, Wade Cap, man. No cap, nigga. But nevertheless, Wade is in office. And so you got former mayors, and then when it got some mayors outside of Toledo to start a coalition, like, y'all don't go announce that y'all about to start a coalition of peaceful Toledo neighborhoods without talking to Wade. He in office. Like, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But I guess today or yesterday or something like that, Wade countered that. That was, I think they announced that early in the year, but a couple months ago. But Wade countered that with the announcement of the creation of the mayor office of neighborhood safety and engagement. See, Wade is progressive. See, he brought that one brother, Armour. I think Jawan. I think he brought that brother in and tried to do some out of the box type thing, and they tried to bring that brother background into the play. And I went to every one of those meetings that they had, talking about the city. Talking about, well, he came up with some initiative or what was it called? Oh, man. I forgot. I wrote it. I wrote it down, man. Violent offenders. That's what it was. He came with this violent offenders program where you get brothers that got credentials in the neighborhood that goes in the neighborhood and try to help resolve some of the conflict before and after something take place. Get a feel of the city and things of that nature. Good thing. I went in and I signed the application. I petitioned, to try to be one of them violent offenders or whatever, because I thought I might have had some juice in the street or just I got credentials in terms of being there, did that, and done it. You know what I'm saying? And got almost close to 30 years. It's going up close. It's going up on 25 years since my last incarceration. Going through the correctional facilities. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, Wade came with this new mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement, which is like one of those community type thing where you put community members on the board, and then when things jump off, things happen. You know what I mean? They can aid and assist. Think he implemented this brother Malcolm Cunningham to oversee that. So we'll have to wait and see the structure of that. I'm not familiar with brother Cunningham. I will be doing some research on that. I suggest you all, Google, find out what's going on with this brother and with these programs. But nevertheless, these organizations, now this Coalition for Peaceful Toledo Neighborhoods, that's formed by the 4 former mayors, Finkbinder, Bell, Hicks, Hudson, and Miss Owens, 4 former mayors. It was kind of a slide to the present mayor, who's dealing with a lot, because if I could remember, man, it was a lot of shit going on when Finkbinder was in office when the crack era. So he can't talk, man. He can't. It was drive-bys like a motherfucker going on when Finkbinder was in office. You know what I'm saying? Shit was going on when Bale. You know what I'm saying? Miss Hudson. Now Miss Owens, I guess it was when shit really wasn't going on with Owens, I guess, for the most part, because you figure back then it was still knuckle fightings and shit. It wasn't a proliferation of guns in the street and cocaine and shit like that. But shit, if y'all remember, motherfucker Finkbinder, it was going down in his shit, boy. Quit playing, man. So some of them dudes can't talk, man. But we have to sit. But again, with this brother Cunningham, y'all do y'all research on that. Do your research on this new office that the mayor has created, the Mayor Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Also look into that coalition of peaceful Toledo neighborhood that was organized by the coalition for Peaceful Toledo Neighborhoods that was organized by the 4 former mayor, as I stated once earlier, Finkbinder, Bale, Hudson, Hicks Hudson. She got the dual last name. She's still, but nevertheless, and Miss Owens. And Wade, I think it was yesterday or today, I was reading, but nevertheless, he came, he countered that and created the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, which basically he extended the government, so to speak, but he took the funding from Jawan's program, the violent offender, and housed it up under this new thing. So now, by doing that, now if any mayor come in and dismantle that look like a thing against us. So Wade playing politics, man. He's smart. So anybody to come in after Wade and dismantle this new office that he created, the Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, it's gonna appear, or it's gonna look, and it's definitely gonna look to me and most of y'all that, hey, that's some racist shit that they gonna get rid of this program that's, that can help us out. Where you got community members, and I guess And I don't know how would that go, because if you created a new office, I'm assuming those positions gonna have to be voted on, meaning people gonna have to run for those that neighborhood safety and engagement. Them 5 people or the whoever that those people may be, or the man who is the head of that might have to be an elected official. So we'll have to do some more digging into that to further our discussion. But nevertheless, man, the two topping or the two things that's hitting this podcast this week, or this episode of the Thule Do, E-I-Lee in the Thule Do. You know, I'm your boy. So I'm your host, aka Mudbone. Yeah, I'm the city marshal. You know what I mean? And you want to know who the city marshal? Do your research on the city marshal, man. Type it up. That was one of the first. That was the first law enforcement officer. I think it was the first. It was before the sheriff. I think it was called, like, I think they called him the city marshal. I got some of that wrote down somewhere, man, of who that guy was. I'll get to it next week, but that'll be my little AKA Mudbone, the city marshal. Yes, but nevertheless, man, touching up on these issues that's plaguing the city of Toledo, Ohio. I'm your boy, your host, E.I.Lee in the Thule Do. Again, man, the Senate cut 4.13 billion, and that's not with the new budget, but that was, I think, last year they did that. But nevertheless, that affected the summer programs for the youth, all summer programs, like, you know, the PIC program and things of that nature. And so last year, Toledo had over 700 kids or youth that went to work, and now we've been reduced to 600, man. So this what I say, man. Wendy's and McDonald's and shit is hiring. If you 16, I suggest you go get you a job at McDonald's, because lately McDonald's around this motherfucker can't have your order all fucked up. So we need some of you young folks to work, man. And y'all better pay attention, because you seen they didn't let the border is wide open, and they coming. They ain't coming just for them jobs. That cocaine is cheap too. You know what I mean? So you can see all kind of shit that's going on with different shit that's going on, bro. Like, we got to pay attention. And I mean, just pay attention. And I'm sure all them guys wasn't nice guys. All them guys didn't come to just to pick potatoes and tobacco and do the jobs that they claim that African Americans or Latinos or poor white folks don't want to do. You know, you open these borders because, man, our kids want to make fucking TikTok videos all day. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to flip a burger. You can't get a fucking apple. You can't get a fresh apple pie. I went and had lunch at Popeyes, man. It was a shame out there on Secor. It was a shame. And then I went outside the hood. I went on the other side of the viaduct. You know, man, this your boy E.I.Lee. I mainly operate on the east side of the viaduct. You know, that's, you know, where the old welfare station used to be. That viaduct right there. That viaduct run through the whole city of Toledo, Ohio. And if you look at anything on east of the viaduct all the way up to Cherry Street, from the most part, from Cherry Street all the way up to mainly, for the most part, south to, what is it? South to what would I give it? To where Collingwood and Cherry meet at. So you got from south to Cherrywood, from the viaduct to Cherry, for the most part. That's where all the Negroes, for the most part, operate within. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get the few projects that scattered throughout, but nevertheless, that's considered homeowners is within that ratio I identified. South, um, where the Collingwood and Central, Collingwood and Cherry meet, the east of the Viaduct, all the way to Cherry. That's that's Little Africa, so to speak, within Toledo. You know what I mean? So it's funny, man, that again, we dealing with some of these issues with this 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 mayor thing. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be funny how this shit panned off, or how how it play. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely have to tackle this violent thing, man. And it's more to it than that. You know what I mean? Your churches have to get involved, man. You know what I'm saying? They really have to open them doors up, get more involved, create community programs. Help fund this thing. We real selfish within in the city, man. We you could tell. You know what I'm saying? We don't give back to our boosters. The only time that we only make a contribute or effort booster wise is during Scott week or Bulldog weekend. And in the few days that few weekends that other people throw. I think Libby throw one, Matt Comer throw one, DeVilvers try to throw one. But the Bulldog shit always be going straight ham. But outside of that, like the booster thing, like we don't like for that weekend, like we gotta go start going to them basketball games. Like treat them basketball games like the weekend. Treat them Scott football games like the weekend. Pack them stadiums, eat them popcorns, eat them hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Generate that fund so that our school that we so love, that maroon and white, um, so it can prosper. So them kids can have new uniforms, so they can feel good about themselves. That'll make them want to play hard. That's the thing. When Ben Williams was head of that program over there, that thing was popping. But he would pack the stadium. Ben Williams carried all that during them years when Ben was over there, and uh 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 who was after damn, I just voted for the Earl, Mr. Coach Earl. Um, when them guys was doing that, man, they was packing the stadiums, bro. That basketball program carried all the programs, football and everything. You know, so that's the difference. But again, everybody, do your research on this new coalition for peace coalition for peaceful Toledo neighborhoods, organized by 4 former mayors: Finkbinder, Bell, Hudson, and Owens. And then check into that the mayor's office, or check into the new found the new office that the mayor created, the mayor's office for neighborhood safety and engagement. That might be interesting. We have to get some different people on that board. I already know you got your usual suspects that's gonna be trying to do it. Who's that sister, Miss Butts, for the move? I know she gonna be trying to get in on there. It's a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? See, they need a guy like who I would think. Let me see, man, and they don't never go. They need to get a guy like, for me, like Vinny. Vinny would be a good guy. Vinny was a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He can make things pop, make things shake or whatever. I don't really, from what I see from outside of things. That's just my opinion. Plus, I done had dealings with the guy, so he was a good brother to me. So, all right, man. We gonna get into that segment of the show called Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo, Ohio. Holy Toledo, man. Some shit jumped off last week at Wendy's. I ain't gonna kick their name too bad. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, the Wendy's out there on Alexis. Y'all know who they are, man. Y'all can do the research. I ain't gonna blast them. I was embarrassed when I looked it up and seen who it was. You know what I'm saying? The family going through a lot as it is, but nevertheless, man, got caught out there beating up the Wendy's employee over some cheese on a fucking chicken sandwich now. And I know what cheese it was. It was that new motherfucking ghost pepper cheese that Wendy's got. Boy, that will whoop your mama ass, you hear me, over that cheese. But yeah, they got the slanging Frosties and all kind of shit in there over that cheese, man. Holy Toledo! Holy Toledo was one of those things where you get your ass whooped over some cheese, man. This shit this can't be real, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got two people that's being faced or being charged, man, from public records with, I think, robbery and assault. You know what I mean? And ain't no way we rob shit. We ain't take no money up out of there, man. Probably took a fry or some nuggets, some shit. But, hopefully they should be able to beat that case, man. But, yeah, man, watch out. Be careful out there, man. Don't get caught up on don't be part of that Holy Toledo episode or segment of the episode of the podcast of the Eali in the Toledo. You can make the Holy Toledo. It's going down. But yeah, man, this your boy Eali, man. Getting at it, But nevertheless, man, it's been a tough week. I'm going to hit it off this week. I got an episode of the Front Porch Politic. That's a part of the Eali and the Toledo. We're going to start running that on Sundays. Front Porch Politics early in the morning. You know what I mean? When the morning dew is cracking, have some coffee. You know what I mean? We're going to get out there on the front porch, man, and talk Sunday politics within the city, And that probably just go down, man, really for the most part. When the weather allow it, I'll try to get up on that. That's them segments or them segments of the episode really a jump off on during the spring and the summer. You know what I mean? Really right up and partially of the fall, right up before some of the elections. You know what I mean? Because it's some issues that we need to talk about around here, especially on the next term locally. Let's not get caught up on the president because they trying to throw you off on the president shit. But it's some local shit going on here that you gotta pay attention to. And the office that we always gotta pay attention to, we want to start paying attention to who is the prosecutor, especially for us. Who the prosecutor, who the county coroner is, who the sheriff, and who the mayor. The rest of that shit, man, don't matter, man. We can deal with anybody else and everything else. Long as we get them 4 people right in locally, man, because prosecution, how we gonna get prosecuted around here? We need somebody friendly to us, friendly to black folks. The coroner. You say, why the coroner? Shit, that person determined the cause of death. If it was a homicide or not. You know what I'm saying? So we want to stay connected with that person, the prosecutor, the coroner, the sheriff, because that's the lawman. The mayor, because the mayor can pick the city police chief. He can pick and choose who he want. So once we get them three to get, man, we can, man, Toledo be sweet around here. If you get them 4 spots favorable to us, melanated people, black folks, you know what I'm saying? The urban community, the hip hop community, somebody who's more favored or considered the east of the Viaduct to Cherry Street, from South to Collingwood. I mean, what is that? The end of Collingwood and Cherry. Where, you know, cause look, go look, man. Everybody do some research. Go just, man, start paying attention when you drive around, man. Look where the grocery stores are located. Really look at the grocery store. Look at the service of gas stations between in that proximity of space that I mentioned, east of the Viaduct. Look at that. Look at the gas stations. Like, you got a major gas station on the corner of Detroit and Monroe. This motherfucker don't even got windshield wiper, the wiper thing out. He ain't even, I asked him, like, he said, oh man, they take it. I said, motherfucker, you never put none out. Even, you could even say, man, we got one out here. You could take this in the thing and use it. But to not have none, all the Negroes that go up there and you can't even get your windows wiped, man, that's a good hustle. Somebody need to implement that. Some, man, a fine sister or a fine sister with her thing, you know what I mean, looking nice, she'll kill him up there with the windows. Kill him. You know how many dudes would be throwing money at that sister, man, up there, and she can't be look like she on that mess or nothing like that. She got to be straight up with it. You know what I mean? Sitting there with a nice whip, you know, and a Charger or something, breaking out, jumping out with the windows with her T-shirts on and all that. Her and her girls wiping you down because it ain't no window shit up there. So you got to get some hustle. Yeah, but nevertheless, man, start paying attention to y'all fucking neighborhood, man, and look in there. Look and see what's going on. Because if you drive out Anthony Wayne Trail, that dog park they got out there, that dog park look better than most of our parks, bro. The only other park it can compete with is Ottawa and what's the name. And look at that. Just look at this. Look at these 2 facts right here. It's 3 things that we need to fight for. Or not fight for, or just call down and make mention. They built a new park over there by Joey Brown. They put up 2 basketball courts. They took one of them down. So they had 2 full court rims up there. So a total of 4 rims. They didn't had 2 of them down for the last 2 years. So it's only 1 full court up there to service that whole park. Now you got a brand new rim. You got 2 brand new backboards up there, but no rims on them. Clown shit. Also, you got a brand new baseball field that they got up there. I guess they created, because you have to see it, that it had to be favorable for Central. That baseball diamond that they got up there. They haven't had too many games. I think I might have seen, but that's been a waste of money simply because of the violence in our neighborhoods. White folks are scared to come over there because niggas is killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is dying over there, so you ain't even going over there for that. They ain't coming over there. They done built another baseball diamond down the street on Manhattan in front of the old the Piles boxing gym. They didn't put look like a soccer field and a baseball diamond over there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if y'all gonna abandon that baseball diamond up there, Joey Brown, can y'all turn that into a football field and put some bleachers up there because we are football, and if you notice, we try to be mainly a football and basketball town. Put the hoop expand that basketball court if you ain't gonna do nothing with that baseball diamond or football. Why don't you cater to? I mean, if you come in our neighborhoods, why don't you cater to us? I mean, they put the brand new rims over there at Smith Park, but them clowns over there, I guess the little heads or somebody over there, you can't. Come on, man. We got to be able to use that park. Everybody. That shit ain't just y'all. It's 3 rims. We should be able to run the kid AAU games all summer long up through there, man. If we could have the AAU games up there, the DJ, you got the TikTok girls where you got each crew got some girls that's doing their TikTok dances with the thing, getting us hits and all that, doing it like the Ruckers. You know what I'm saying? We could do it like Ruckers. We got 3 rims up there, bro. Like, come on, man. Man, don't y'all remember, man, the little heads fuck shit up. Because y'all remember when, I know y'all remember this. Remember when the carnival used to come over there to the Smith Park? Bro, the carnival used to come. That park was big enough to host a carnival, bro, in the hood. They can't do that shit no more, man. Because y'all done made it where motherfuckers can't even come over there and hang out. Motherfuckers want to shoot up everything. Nate Washington, he lost big bread on that Yo Gotti move, right? A couple years ago after that first concert he threw, it was popping. Then he came back the next year and tried to come with the Super Friends, or he came with something, man. But he came with some big hitters. He came with some NFL guys, you know what I mean, and brought Yo Gotti when Yo Gotti was hot. You know what I'm saying? He brought Yo Gotti down. Nevertheless, in Yo Gotti contract or some shit, it was some shit like if gunfire or gunshot occurred, now gangster ass Yo Gotti, think he gangster. If gunshot occurred, then he don't have to perform and you still have to pay 100% his money. Now that's a hell of a move because you could come in town and have a motherfucker start some shit and then get the money and then pull out. You know what I'm saying? So I fought Yo Gotti for that because for me,